Hey guys, so today as a part of our discipleship study where we're talking about spiritual disciplines, we're talking about spiritual practices that we can take, I want to talk about Christian conferencing, which is kind of like another way to say community, how we are together as the church. And see, the scripture that really speaks to me a lot about Christian conferencing is found in Acts chapter 2, and it's verses 42 through 47. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Now, what I think is important about that scripture is I think it shows the power of living everyday life with other Christians. You see, the power that comes with Christian conferencing, the reason that it's a spiritual practice, the reason that it's a spiritual discipline, is because the more that we're in community with one another, the more that we're talking to other Christians about the Bible, we're talking to other Christians about our spiritual lives, the more we're uplifting each other, the more we're encouraging each other, the more we're just around each other, we're sharing meal, like that scripture talks about eating together. The more we're around each other, the better we're all going to be as disciples. You see, our strength comes when we can build each other up. Right, and even in moments if that takes a little correcting, we're actually doing the work of the kingdom by building each other up. What kind of community are you plugged into? Are you plugged into a community here at the church? Are you plugged into a good community at the school where you can talk about these kind of things? And if not, I would encourage you to take the steps in your daily life to find the friends that you can have this kind of community with. You can ask these kind of questions, not just, hey, what's up, and talk about sports or talk about YouTube or whatever, but be like, hey, what's up, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are things in your everyday life? Are you good? You know, what's going on? How's school going? You know, what do you think about God? Have you been reading any scripture recently? Find some friends where you can talk about some deeper things. It's in those deeper moments, even though it might be a little bit vulnerable at first. It's in those deeper moments that you can really create good community, and that Christian conferencing will actually happen, right? You'll be able to build each other up. So I encourage you, find some people in your life who can help you through some of this stuff. Find a good community, find a good friend group, take those next steps, ask the difficult questions, and be the kind of person that people want to come to when they have problems.